Hello, Venkatesh. How are you? This is John Farrell, your officially unofficial stroke technique coach here with Team Zoot. Emphasis on the unofficial. So anyway, what I wanted to do today is let's go over your video and let's talk about your stroke. So first and foremost, what I'm going to tell you is you need to work on cadence. You need to work on your stroke cadence. Okay. What's happening is your stroke is very lopsided in terms of its timing, where it seems like you have a very long dead spot, and then you go 1, 2, and then you pull 1, 2. So what's going on is the arm that you're pulling. Actually, hold up. I'm getting ahead of myself. Let's watch the video. I got it right there, and we're gonna watch this, and I'll tell you what I'm saying. All right. So let's just go right, left, and right, left, and right, left, and right, left, and right, left. So you see that you're playing it's not exactly a catch-up stroke, but your right arm and your left arm are not doing the same thing. What this does is this first and foremost creates a muscle imbalance, but the other thing too is it seems like the first half of your pull is slow and the second half of your pull is very quick. So you're not grabbing the water strongly, and you're just flipping your arms down past your body. All right. So first thing let's talk about is the arms. Let's go a little bit global here. Let me take that off. All right. So when we talk about pulling, we don't want to talk about pulling, like pulling. All right. What we want to really talk about is pushing. We want to push. The typical swim stroke, if water level is right here and the camera is like below me in the water and watching straight up, my hand is going to come in here, push down, all the way to the bottom, and then it's going to come up again. All right, this is where I get my first idea. Hold on, I need to turn my gain down a little bit. Sorry about that. Gain is a little too hot. Okay, so what we want to do is we want to focus on what is up and what is down. I think two major problems that you have is number one, your cadence. Number two, the idea of what is up and down. Your arms are coming in somewhere around here, maybe a little bit outreach. We want to try and reach upward. All right, here, let me pan the camera up just a little bit. There you go. Okay, so we want to reach up, all right? When our arm enters the water and starts pulling, we literally want to have our hand all the way up. And what we're going to do is we're going to catch. We're going to catch that water and start pulling it down. The way this works is our elbow goes out to the side, all right? And then we start pushing down. So now what this looks like, now let's change the perspective. The camera is now in front, and I'm swimming towards the camera. All right. So we do this. I'm here. I'm grabbing and pushing until about here. All right. My shoulder is down. My opposite shoulder is up. We're coming to here. All right. This is about 90. Push that down a little bit to 180. So we want to have our hand underneath the body. Your arm in this shot, as your here, let me crop it again. Okay, so as your arm, you see that? Your arm is all the way out here. You're all the way out to the side. That's like you're trying. Here, let me clip back. So what you're trying to do essentially is you're trying to do pull-ups with your arms all the way out here. Okay? We don't like to be out here. We want to be more here. So this hand is going to come directly underneath your body. Let me get my mic tilted a little bit better. Okay, that hand's going to come right underneath that body, and it's going to push all the way to the back. The elbow's going to come up and over, back to the front. We're going to grab that water, push, all the way to the back. All right? Now, When I talk about pushing all the way to the back, this is called finishing your stroke. Now, what's happening is you finish your stroke with your right arm back here. Okay? You flip water to the side every time you take a stroke with your right arm. So let me show you what this looks like. And then to the right. So you see that your right arm is coming near your spine. It's coming over your spine in order to finish. So what you're doing, essentially, now remember, the big idea here is that we move in the opposite direction we push water. All right? So when we walk forward, imagine you're pushing the ground behind you. Okay? So we take a step, and as we move, and when we, especially when we run, when we kick our back leg up, so as I move forward, I kick my back leg up in order to bring my knee forward. So when I bring my knee forward, it's going to push on the ground. It's going to push on the ground again and push me forward by me pushing the ground backwards. So in swimming, this is a lot more obvious because if you stand still and push water forward, you move backwards. You put your hands in the water, move your hands backwards, you move forwards. So what we want to do is we want to learn how to take water in front of us and push it backwards. All right? So just with all of this in mind, this is the overarching idea. We move forward in swimming by moving water backwards. All right? And the stronger we move water backwards, the faster it propels us forward. All right? So we got two things working here. Number one, you're not pushing a lot of water backwards, and number two is you're kind of creating what's known as the water treadmill effect. All right? Your kick is not bad. It's not great. We'll talk about tightening up that kick just a little bit, but in terms of an actual kick rate, it's not bad. Here, let me bring you back on. And let's go back. So what's happening is your body positioning is not bad. Your feet are right on top of the water. I don't see a whole ton of knee bend. Here, let's get. Yeah, I don't see a whole ton of knee bending here. So your legs are, your body positioning is not bad. That's actually a really good thing. So you're mostly on top of the water, and that is a huge thing. We'll talk about legs in a few minutes. There's a couple things we want to tweak up. But what's happening is you're not pushing that water back with a ton of force. And there's an accelerated part of your stroke. Here, watch this as you swim away. So I will show you the acceleration part right here, right there. And accelerate. And accelerate. And accelerate. And accelerate. So what's going on is you are overemphasizing the back half of the pull, where your pull is going to start here. It's going to start here, and it's going to push all the way to the back. So what's happening is from here till about here, you've created what's called a water treadmill. This is my own term, by the way. Don't Google water treadmill. Nothing bad. You'll just see nothing like what I'm going to explain. Okay, so the idea of a water treadmill is I have a treadmill here. The idea with a treadmill is you want to match the speed that the belt is running. All right? So what's going on is your forward momentum is creating a velocity. All right? Now, okay, by the way, this is very nerdy engineer speak. I am a civil engineer. I am a professional engineer. I design swimming pools for a living. I have a heavy physics background. This is kind of the world I live in. All right, so going back to dynamics, which I absolutely hated. I hated dynamics with a passion. That's why I'm a civil engineer. But I digress. So our body creates a velocity when we swim. Okay, the velocity is the speed at which you swim at. Okay, the water, so you're going forward. What's stopping you? What's making it to where if you push off the wall, you're not launching off like you are in outer space, okay? Drag. Drag is what's stopping you. Drag is an opposing force. It's that water pushing against your body, slowing you down, okay? So what we need to do is we need to bring in an acceleration. We need to gain power each and every time we kick or swim, and that's what moves us faster in the water. Each time you pull, you must create an acceleration in order to move faster. An acceleration is done by having strength in your pull, not by having a very weak pull, but you got to have a strong pull from start to finish. What's going on with your pull is you're starting a little bit slow, and then boom, that last part is just a pushback, really quick. And your right arm is pushing this way. It is coming from the right to the left. So we need to fix this. How do we fix this? Okay, so we need to first understand the concept of what is up and what is down. We start our pull in the up position and we finish in the down position, okay? So if I reach out my arm, I'm going to scoot back for this to be on either side of my bike. Let's hope that my poor mic will extend this far. I should really get a lapel mic for this thing. All right, so what we got is we want to reach up, okay? We want to understand what is up and what is down, all right? So the up is my right hand. This is up. My left hand is down. So what I recommend is on land, you stand and hold this position up and then reach up directly at the sky. Don't reach to the side. Don't reach here. Don't reach forward. Don't reach backwards. And that's my green screen up there. Say hi, green screen. Okay, so reach up towards the sky, okay? And then this is where we want to start the pull. We start the pull here. And what we want to do is we want to grab that water and push it back with one motion. One powerful motion. But it's not like a, it's a, all right? There's a big difference with that, all right? Because if we just, we're not really grabbing the water with our arms. You're grabbing it with your hand. I think that's another part of the problem. You're not really using your arm to pull. You're mainly using your hands to pull. Our hands are wonderful things for pulling, but you pull with your arm up till this point. All this actually pulls, and you have to grip the water with this whole thing, okay? All of this needs to be engaged. You don't want to just smack that water back with the hand. You want to grab it. You want to pretend like you're grabbing a solid surface. Okay, here's a fan right here. I'm grabbing that surface with my forearm and I'm pushing it. I'm grabbing it and I'm pushing it all the way down. So what we want to do is we start with our right hand, okay? Elbow, see the elbow come out? Just follow this motion right here, okay? So your hand is going to be about a foot away. Start about a foot away from your face. You're going to increase it to about 2 feet, somewhere around that region. You're going to be about here. Okay, you see that? So you're about here, somewhere around here, okay? But what you want to do is you want to start with your arm locked in a 90. You want to go from straight to a 90 right in front of your face. Okay, you see that? So that's 90. 90 is a great place to start. Normally, you want to be about down here. That's about 110. 110 degree bend in your elbow. All right? So, but a good place to go is 90, because the reason why is if you flex your bicep, flex your tricep at the same time, your arm will lock in 90. So just work on learning how to get from straight to here. Okay, you see my hand is very, very floppy. But I'm flexing my bicep and my tricep right here. So you start up, bend to 90, okay? Then once you bend to 90, push all the way down. Push all the way down to where your hand is at your side, okay? So now we do it with our left arm. Okay? Flop the wrist, bicep, and tricep, squeeze. From here to here. Okay? Because then from here, still squeezing the bicep and the tricep, we're going to push water down. Okay? Push water down to where your hand is at your side. Okay? Then repeat. Right arm up. Here. Down. Left arm. Here. Down. Right arm. Here. Down. Left arm. Squeeze. Down. Okay? So this is your dry land. If you want to fix stuff in the water, fix stuff on dry land first, because it's a lot easier to see what you're doing and you can have the muscle memory. Here's the trick. The trick is the muscles it takes to do swimming motions on land are the exact same muscles it takes to do swimming strokes in water. It's just figuring out how to do it when you're standing up. Because when you're standing up, it's hard. I'm not going to lie. It's taken me a lot of time to be able to learn how to Tai Chi this thing, because that's essentially what we're doing. We're doing Tai Chi with swimming. We're taking our motions and we're slowing it down to a point, and I'm coming over my mic here because there's my mic. So we're learning how to mimic those things in the water, all right? So what happens is, number one, we learn to pull correctly underwater with the full force, all right? Now, how do we fix the cadence? Because what's going on is you're pull, flip, pull, flip, flip, flip. So you're not pulling with a consistent cadence. If you're on the bike, it's just like right pedal, left pedal, right pedal, left pedal, right pedal, left pedal, right. And like running, it's right, left, right, left, right. With swimming is the only sport where you can really get away with an uneven cadence. It is the only sport you can pull it off, because everything else, it just doesn't feel right at all. Like with cycling, you may push down and not have a full even pedal stroke. That might be one thing. But in terms of running, you have to have an even cadence, or else not only you look like a freak, I can only imagine what that's doing for your knees. All right. So in swimming, we tend to have the tendencies to have uneven strokes more often, just because you're floating. You don't have gravity fully pushing you down because of the buoyant force of water. The buoyancy of water keeps you afloat. There is an actual force water exerts opposite of gravity. That's why you're able to float in water. So when we float in water, our perception of what's going on goes out the window, just because we're in such a foreign environment. Like, we literally are in the closest thing to outer space we can possibly be, which is just the coolest thing ever. I'm sorry. I love swimming because I feel like an astronaut, and it's awesome. Okay? All right. So how do we fix a broken cadence? All right. So now we've talked about the pulling underwater. Let's bring it together with the recovery. All right. So the easiest way to start is by having one arm in front and one arm behind you. Okay. My right arm is out here. My left arm's behind me. What we want to do is learn how to do windmills perfectly symmetrical. You see my arms are getting just a little bit off here. But we want to try and learn how to do symmetrical windmills on dry land. So what this is doing is this is getting our arms used to having one arm under the water, which is going to be beneath our chest, and one arm on top of the water, which is above our back. All right? So this is going to be a very good exercise. Not only it's a great mobility exercise, also try to do it backwards. It's a really good mobility exercise, especially with shoulders. Now, if you have messed up shoulders, what you can do is you can go, what can you go? Right, left, right, left, right. I don't know. I don't know what you can do if you have, or you can do out to the side. So one up and one down, okay? If you have a little bit of messed up shoulders, so just try and go out to the side. try and go as large of circles as you can. All right. This not only is a great isometric exercise for all of the muscles in your rotator cuffs and your shoulders. This is a really, really good dryland exercise for everything. Not only that, this will help you in the water because this will help you really understand one arm on top, one arm pull. And we want to keep those arms as symmetrical as possible. Where if I'm swimming, like let's say I'm swimming in the water. I'm here, 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 here. And I have very limited mobility at this point. There, 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 there. So one arm is above, one arm is down below. So if you looked at me underwater, this is similar to what you would see. And stop. Okay, right here. And stop, and stop, stop, and stop. Okay, so one arm is recovering. Okay, this arm is recovering. This arm is pulling. Okay, so this is actually very close to my distance cadence right here. All right, if you can learn how to swim on top of the water, standing straight up, you have a much better chance of learning how to swim inside of the water. Okay, now last thing, let's talk about your kick. Okay, so I'm going to sit back down. We're going to bring you back, and let's talk kick. All right. So the reason why I'm not going into stuff like breathing and everything else is that, quite frankly, until we fix this cadence issue, everything else is kind of small potatoes. This is the massive 40-pound elephant in the room, is getting your pull consistent, distant, having more distance per stroke than you're doing, and starting at an up position and pulling towards a down position, all right? That's why we're only going to focus on this with the arms. All right, so, okay, so now the kick, like I said, is not bad. We'll start with you back near the wall. So, okay, and another thing that I recommend you doing is learning how to do a good push-off, all right? You want to get your pull times down, you need to learn how to do a streamline push-off. Streamlines, we'll go over streamlines real quick, all right? Streamline. Right arm, left arm, above your heads, hand over hand. Your top thumb, I like to have my right hand on top. My top thumb comes over my bottom hand, right here. There's my little thumb. And then each arm is around my head, all right? Each arm is around my head, and I am squeezing on my head. So what you want to do is you want to learn how to push off in a streamline and do some dolphin kicks. All right, what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull up a video of me swimming, and I'm going to show you what I'm talking about. Okay, this is me swimming 100 freestyle, all right? So what we're going to do is, okay, so first off, a couple things I want you to note. Number one, watch the stroke cadence, all right? Now, this is a 100 freestyle all out. This is a sprint. I would never swim this fast in an Ironman or even a sprint, even a 500. I wouldn't swim 500 or a 750 this fast ever. This was just a 100 pool split, okay? All right. So first thing I want you to notice the streamline underwater, okay? Watch the streamline. Number two, I want you to watch the stroke cadence. Number three, I want you to watch the kick. We're going to get into the kick next. Okay, so starts me off. Okay, so kick, long and straight, very close together. So right, left, right. All right, so flip turn, pushing off. By the way, flip turns, I wouldn't worry about flip turns too much at this point. Honestly, let's fix your stroke first, then start learning how to do flip turns. Realistically, flip turns for triathletes, it gives you bonus points in the pool, but just learn how to touch, turn around, and go really fast. That'll automatically decrease your time by quite a bit. All right, so now look at here underwater. So nice straight arms, head's looking down. I am a pencil underwater. That's how you want a streamline to be. So then I get in, right, left, right, left, right, left, right, left, right, left. Okay, so this is my 100 cadence. This is a very, very fast stroke. Okay, flip turn, push off the wall. I get some dolphins underwater. So each hand, also, what I want you to see is each hand is going to enter at the top position, and it's going to pull and finish right next to my body. And then my recovery is, it's a little bit out. My elbows aren't too high, but that's not too big of a deal. But on this last one, watch those arms, okay? I'm starting to get tired now because I'm out of shape. And but just look at the continuous left, right, left. All right?
35? I'll take it.
And by the way, that was a 58. Yeah, that was the first time I'd been in a pool since November, and this was taken in February, I think. Yeah, I was able to bust a 58. Yeah, I'm a little fast. All right. So anyway, but you see what I'm talking about here, okay? The right arm and the left arm, right, left, right, left, right, left. You got to get that. You got to get that moving. You got to get that more synchronized. And the other major thing is using your whole arm to pull. All right, I'm able to pull that fast because I've been swimming literally since I was in the 3rd grade. So, and I'm now 37. So I've had well over 20 years of swimming experience to be able to swim this fast without training for it. But what you're going to need to do is you're going to need to work on just simply getting that cadence, all right? Now let's talk about kick, all right? Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull up one more video. I'm going to be kicking with a kickboard here. So what you want is you want nice and straight legs, consistent legs. The top of my leg and the top of my foot, so I'm kicking out here, okay? So the top of my foot and the bottom of my foot is about 12 to 14 inches. It's not that long, okay? But what I want you to do is look at the long legs. Very straight legs, a little bit of knee bend, but not much. But what's happening is I'm pulling my leg up and then slightly bending my knee to snap the whole leg down underneath the water. So what I recommend, and the reason why I'm bringing this up is your legs are kind of I mean, for the most part, they're straight. They're not a whole lot. So imagine my elbow's your knee. Not a whole ton of knee bending, but just kind of a lot of just kind of random directions that they're kicking in. So what we want to do is we want to focus on nice long legs. All right, let me show you very quickly how to do this. This is a very easy drill. You can do this on land. You can do this at your home. You can go to the pool, sit on the pool deck, do this drill, hop in, try it out for yourself. So, okay, let's get rid of that crop and let's bring the camera down. Okay, so what we want to do is we want to, first off, I need to back. Okay, so we want to be able to sit with our legs, and I'm rotating. So we want to sit with our legs straight, and then we want to kick. This isn't working. This chair. All right, there you go. So we're here, and then we want to kick. All right, you can do this in a chair. You can do it on the ground. All right, but what's important is that you move the upper legs. These are your upper legs. So we move the upper legs without bending the knees. See, this is bending the knees. This is actually kicking. All right? We want to keep those legs straight. Quite honestly, this is about all the kick you need. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So in triathlon, the legs do something a little bit differently than they do in normal swimming. See, because in triathlons, you really want to focus on the pull. The pull is where your moneymaker is going to be in terms of you swimming fast. The legs, realistically, the legs only account for maybe 3 to 7% at the most of your stroke. Your arms are the absolute powerhouse of swimming. So that's why I so much focus on the arms, because the arms is where your bread is buttered in swimming. You want to get your arms pushing as much water as possible, mainly so you can save your legs for the bike and the run. That's the important thing. We want to be able to save our legs, we don't want to waste our legs kicking a ton while swimming. The major function of the legs in swimming is actually to keep your legs on top of the water. If you can get a little bit of propulsion out of them, hey, fantastic. But realistically, they're there to mainly keep your legs on top of the water. So we don't want to use them too much, but we don't want them to become a hindrance either. And I feel like your legs are kicking out to the side, and because of that, they're catching water. Okay, so let's think about this here, okay? Water's going this way, all right? So you kick up and down. Your downward force of your kick shoots water backwards down your leg, and that is what's moving you forward, all right? So what we want to try and eliminate is we want to eliminate this kind of emotion, anything here, because you come up here, you're first off, this is pushing water forward. Next off, this whole thing is catching water. This whole leg, this whole part of the leg is catching water, whether it's to the side, to the top, to the side, or even, I guess, down if you're like quad jointed in your knees or something like that. But anyway, so just legs, just learn to kick straight. So just sit on the pool deck, kick, roll over on your belly, same thing. It's a Superman kick, kick. You want to focus on spreading the leg, on getting the legs to spread without bending the knee. If you have any questions on that, I am actually planning on, I'm in the works of making some lists so I can actually shoot some video. If I can get my wife down to the pool deck with me, I can shoot a bunch of video, edit them together, and pretty much say, okay, this is what you want to avoid. These are common mistakes in swimming and how to fix them. So then I'll take a video, I'll show something that I've seen a lot that is wrong and how to fix it. So anyway, I think that's going to do it. So thank you very much for sending me the footage. I hope you like it. This is the part of the video where I talk about payment or the donations. So I do this as a free service for Team Zoot. I will send you a Venmo link with this message in the email. Pretty much, I do this for free. I ask for donations. If you are able to donate, do not feel obligated to. Honestly, if you cannot pay, if your finances are in a place where you can't really donate, just simply tell me what you liked. If you like what you see, or if you don't understand it, I'm using this as a vehicle to learn how to do these swim technique sessions, so one day I can actually launch my own website and do this as a permanent side gig and make a buttload of money. Anyway, but first things first, I gotta actually prove I know what the heck I'm talking about. So if you really like what you see, I will send a Venmo account, and all the money I get from this goes for buying myself triathlon gear and taking my kids out for milkshakes. So it's the milkshake fund's a little bit important for my kids. It used to be the diaper fund, but we're getting to the tail end of the diaper fund days. So I gotta roll it over into something that makes sense. So buying milkshakes for the kids. Dollar mini milkshakes at Del Taco are a blessing. That's all I gotta say. So anyway, if you could donate, that'd be fantastic. Typically, if we were to meet in person, I would charge $20 for a 30-minute session. Reason why I can do that is, honestly, there's private coaches around me that charge up above $50 for a half an hour session. The reason why I can do this for so cheap is because this truly is a side gig for me. I am a civil engineer. I design swimming pools for a living. The pool that you actually see in this video was actually designed by my father the year after I graduated high school. So I never got to compete in this pool, and I was a little sad. But anyway, I digress. So my job can feed my family. This truly is for my triathlon fund. So, like I said, don't feel obligated, but if you can, that'd be fantastic. So anyway, Venkatesh, thank you so much for sending me a video. If you have any friends that would love to have a video, I got a ton of time to be able to do these videos. I may not get to them immediately just because of how things roll. I can only get to them at night. Here's the email. Any questions whatsoever, please do not hesitate to email me. I am here a la orden, as they say in Spanish. So, yeah, if you got any questions, please email me. But thank you so much for sending me the video clip. I really hope this helps. Any questions, shoot me an email. And until later, my friends, thank you very much. And good night, as a Norris, wherever you are. I'm out of here. Thank you very much. Good night.